And it was in 3rd grade that our teacher took us aside and said, you need to give your child a different learning environment, and she told us about Norman. And we still waited out that year, and then by 4th grade, it was abundantly clear we needed to take action. And I was sitting with my husband in this room this night last year, and here we are.
Being labeled gifted and being aware of that at probably a very early age, I'm curious to know how you dealt with and were taught to deal with failure.
And in room 2, which is about 6, at age 6, I remember my teacher, Miss Brown, she took me and a few of the other students who were struggling. She took us when everyone else was working on, the bigger project, and broke it down and really taught us, about 4 of us, exactly how to do it. Now, English is my strong suit.
A few years back, I put a problem on the board, and none of the seniors could get it. And then this upper school 2 boy was pretty close to a prodigy, walked to the front and wrote, the solution to the problem. And then when he finished, the seniors stood up and applauded.
And she said, Daddy, I'll tell you something. The one thing I can tell you that's really great about this school is I have friends. She goes, I really have friends. And you can imagine how much that touched me.
It's just such a diverse group of people in all ways, culturally, what we're interested in, and things like that.
There are a lot of projects, especially when you're younger, in room 1, room 2, room 3. There are a lot more projects, and there's also other things, but there are more projects. Then once you get to room 4, room 5, which is 4th and 5th grade, you get more work that you would see in a middle school. You're trying to usher them into it, especially in room 5.
I think in general, we, in the lower school, and certainly in room 5, are interest-driven, project-based. So while we do have regular tests and quizzes and things like that, I would say the majority of the grades come from projects and often interest-driven projects.
What happens when you go into a regular high school? How do you deal with those academic issues there?
Completely prepared for high school. Anything that I needed, note-taking skills, knowledge in general. Right now I'm in honors chemistry in the science program and honors pre-calculus in the math program.